Hello everybody, I'm Meso and welcome to some thoroughly exciting BIONICLE 2016 news. This may be a longer news video than normal. There's a lot to talk about, so bear with me. First of all, I'm going to get right to it. There's a little bit of bonus news, which isn't really, it's not in the title of this video. It's not really worth making a standalone video about, so I'm throwing it in here regardless. Over on Eurobricks, Dimax 13 or Dimex 13, I don't actually know how to pronounce his name, but I'll link the post in the description below. He posted what appears to be an alternate combiner, possibly, for the summer 2016 wave of BIONICLE sets. And he claims that he found this in the German catalog for BIONICLE, but apparently is in all other catalogs as well. I wouldn't know, haven't got mine yet, so I'm just going off what he posted. And it honestly, if you want my opinion, looks almost prototype in a way. It may not even actually be possible to do with the current sets that have been released. There may not even be instructions available for it. I don't know what is up with this, but it's different than the combiner we've seen up until now, so I felt it was worth at least informing you guys about. I'll link it to you in the description below, and you can try to make some sense of it. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what those parts on his lower legs are. That doesn't appear anywhere to me, unless it's Quake Beast's new crystal piece, in which case it looks way too big. That would never cover the legs fully like that, I don't think. So maybe a trick of Photoshop. I'm confused. Maybe we'll learn more info about it, maybe not, but at the very least it's an interesting oddity. That being said, that's not the real point of this news video. The big news that I want to talk to you guys about today is we have received a preview of the final, from what we are to understand, chapter book for BIONICLE G2, or at least the last one that has been announced thus far, written by writer Wyndham, called Escape from the Underworld, and it's coming out pretty soon, actually, in 10 days, I believe. And what we got the names of all the chapters, and then we've got the Chapter 1 has been made available to read on iBooks, but somebody on Reddit, for those that do not have Apple devices, kindly put the images into an imager gallery for everybody to check out. So, I'm going to give you guys a spoiler warning. If you don't want to know what's in the first chapter of the book, end the video here, and I'll see you guys next time for more BIONICLE news. Thank you for watching, but if you do want to know what's in the chapter, keep on listening. I'm going to briefly outline it because I find it fascinating. The first part of this chapter, not even the first part, the entire first chapter is from the perspective of Kulta the Skull Grinder. I know, if you're shocked by that, you're not alone. I never thought we would see this dude again, let alone that he would be basically narrating the first chapter of the book. This appears to be his story, maybe, or I don't know. I doubt he'll be the main character throughout all the book, and we'll probably shift to Ikimu or the Toa somewhere along the line, but I honestly wish it wouldn't. It sounds very interesting to have a story told from the perspective of this dude who everybody up until now has written off as a one-note villain who will never have any future prominence, because let's be real, that's basically what he is up until now. He was a dude who was in the story as a servant of Makuta. He had no real significance to the general lore of the universe. He was not a main threat per se. He was simply a mini-boss to be dispatched at the end of the first year while they then build up to greater things to come in the future. Kind of like Lost, except slightly better because he was the main villain of that year. He came out on the largest set, he had the final battle and the animations, etc. But he's always been kind of an enigma, and we never really understood if there was even anything more to his story or not. He could just be there to basically have a villain, and there was no other plans for him in the future. And also, the mystery of his name, Kulta. It only ever showed up in the Lego Club magazine and was nowhere else, according to writer Wyndham and I think Merlin Mann. It wasn't in the story Bible anywhere that they could remember, from their memory at least. We don't know if it was planned from the start or simply added in by the Lego Club people later on, but regardless, writer Wyndham, being the great person that he is, put it in the book. This is the first actual use of the word Kulta in BIONICLE lore, and Skullgrinder even makes note of it. He's like, oh, I haven't heard my name in a long time. It's been so long I'd almost forgotten it. And that's interesting to me. I'm not really sure where this book's going to go. Obviously, we'll know in 10 days, so there's little point in endless amounts of speculation, and I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high, but I would like a book from the perspective of Kulta, rather than another book with the Toa or the Protectors or anybody. I think that would be pretty awesome and a nice change of pace, but I heavily doubt that's what they're going to do, because in order to do that, that would require, probably, I wouldn't necessarily say a redemptive arc of sorts for the character, but they would need to do something to put him on the side of good, or tell a prequel story showing how he became what he is, a servant of Makuta or something. So I doubt that the whole book will be from his perspective, probably just the first chapter of sorts, but still, it's excellent. Check it out for yourself. Links in the description below. And stay tuned to TTV, because we are wrapping up, finally, after months and months and months of putting it off due to other stuff we've had going on. We are going to wrap up our book club discussion of Revenge of the Skull Spiders. We currently have 4 out of 6 episodes out over on Vessel. The rest are going to roll out pretty soon. Hopefully we're going to have them all done and wrapped up before this next book comes out, because then we're going to start doing book club regularly immediately after Escape from the Underworld comes out, and I got a feeling we're going to have a lot to say. So, that pretty much marks the end of this news video. What do you guys think about all these interesting developments, and do you have any hopes for what very well may be the final chapter book we receive for BIONICLE G2? I'd like to believe it won't be, but certainly possible with the way things are looking, and from what writer Wyndham has said, it is the last book that he has been involved in. So we can have no guarantees about the future going forward. We can only hope for the best and continue to support it the best way we can. So honestly, yes, that's pretty much all. I got nothing else to say. Stay tuned to TTV for more, and I will see you all next time.